Welcome to the Dice Tower's Summer Spectacular, a 5-day streaming event with top 10 lists, live plays, a host of board game fanatics, and more.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Summer Spectacular. I'm Tom Vassell, and we just got off the air with the Board Game Insider, and we are coming on to some more interviews and such. But before we get to everything that's coming up, I know people have been asking about contests. We haven't run one yet today. We're going to. In fact, you can find the winners of yesterday's contest on our website at dicetower.com. But the contest isn't starting yet, so stay tuned. It'll come a little bit later in this segment, so keep an eye out for that contest. But that's still coming. But don't worry, we got plenty of games to give away today. But we have another announcement. It has been a week of announcements, and we're excited about this. And joining me to talk about this announcement is the owner of Pandasaurus Games, Molly Wardlaw. Hey, folks, welcome. We're glad you're all here. Here she is. Welcome to the show, Molly.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So we are very excited to make an announcement. You can probably already see this. So this is a big re-release for us. This is Tammany Hall, which is going to come out again in September. This is a very special game, very near and dear to our hearts, because this is Pandasaurus's very first game that we ever released. So Tammany Hall is an incredible game. It is a top 500 strategy game, area control, blind bidding, negotiation game that is set in 1800s era New York with the Tammany Hall Boss Tweed super, super corrupt machine. So you are all very corrupt politicians, which is, it's election years, kind of appropriate. And you are all vying for power. So you're trying to steal votes and sway favor. So it is just like a very gritty, fun, just irreverent game. It is $50, so a different SRP actually on this new version. New version also has new art, updated art, and we have screen printed little favor chips and all new meeples. So there's a lot of cool little bells and whistles happening with this version. So we're super, super excited.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest question. All right, so if you've got Tammany Hall back when it first came out in 2013, what are the main changes for this one?
Yeah, so biggest thing is that we have moved to screen printing on a lot of our discs. If you played the original, these were actually little stickers. The meeples are completely redone. So these guys are they look better. These are little slanders, which are cute. So it's just a little thought bubble, thinking of all the things that you could say to manipulate people. Additionally, we have updated art on all of the cards. We have more political art here, and our incredible graphic designer Steve-O has completely redone the box and all of the graphical elements on that. And we even have a updated map. This is a huge map, but the art on here is completely redone. So it is definitely a nicer version of the game. And this game, the SRP in this game is more affordable. Our original one was $60. So so some cool additions to this. But for us, basically, we saw that the game, we always hear people talk about Tammany everywhere we go. It's one of the biggest requests we get. And we noticed additionally that the game started going on eBay for $300, which is something we don't want. We obviously want people to have access to these games. And so that was a moment of, okay, let's listen to people. There is a lot of demand there. This is personally probably my favorite Pandasaurus game that we've ever released. So it just felt like the time was definitely right. And again, with the election years, like this needs to be out there again. So.
Yeah, if you folks have never played Tammany Hall, and many people haven't because the hobby has a lot of people, new people since 2013, Tammany Hall is it's a game that's unlike very many other games. It's definitely a lot of corruption and bribery. It's a very interactive game to the point where you better like handshake and agree to be friends when the game is over. And so just what was the dates on this again?
So yeah, so this is September for us. So September 16th is the date of release. So not too long from here, and definitely a little bit of time before that big November date. So yeah, but we were excited to announce it here to let everybody know about it. Obviously, we sadly don't have conventions this year. We'd love for you guys to see it, but we are hoping to have, or actually definitely will have, demos of this for Gen Con online and some things like that, so people can actually get it, not in their hands, but their virtual hands.
But the gameplay is essentially the same.
Yes, the gameplay is the same. There was nothing we wanted to change about the original game because it's something that we really love. So we didn't really want anything to be altered there. So, but again, people who were fans are going to get some fun new bells and whistles in it, and people new to the game. One other great thing is that we completely had the rule book redone. So it is much easier to understand. And if anyone's played Tammany, it's a really short teach, but it's an even better situation right now as far as a beautiful rule book and getting through that fast. So
it's a minute to learn. It's not a minute to learn, but it's short to learn. But there's definitely a lot of various things going on in it. This is actually one of several big box games that y'all have released this year.
This is true. Yeah. We just released Godspeed last week, I want to say. So yeah, so we've got some other guys coming out this year, but we did. There's. Obviously, the world is a crazy place right now, and we wanted some fun things for people to sit around the table and do to take their mind off of everything. So, yeah, we're super pumped about our entire release schedule this year. So,
and Sonara, which is behind both of us, it's kind of like a mirror image here. The first flick and write game out.
Yes, that's correct. And Sonora is actually out today, so this is Happy Sonora launch day as well. So we're super excited about that.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people asking questions about that. That's a game in which you're going to flick discs onto a board, and then using what the number on the disc is, where it is on the board, to fill out a fairly intricate sheet. All kinds of different ways to score it. It's one of the most ways to score I think I've ever seen in a roll and write game, even though it's not a roll and write game.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, there's 4 different quadrants, so 4 little games that kind of play in their own way.
So where should everybody go if they want to get any of these games or hunt them down for more information?
So all of these, obviously when Tammany hits in September, will be available in FLGS, and then Sonora similarly should be available in FLGS right now. You can also get them online, so Amazon, other places online should also have the games in stock. They're all ready to go. So any place you want to go, definitely support local. But yeah, we're super excited.
Well, thank you very much, Molly, for coming on and showing us all these things. I'm really excited about the reprint of Tammany Hall. It was a lot of fun the first time I played, and this new one looks really, really pretty.
Thank you. We're so excited. All right, thanks so much for having me.
All righty. Well, thank you, folks. We're going to keep moving on here. Molly, thanks for showing up again.
Thanks.
Hey folks, welcome. We're glad you're all here. Today I'm talking, or right now at least I'm talking with Justin Gary, who has designed one of the most popular games that I've seen in a long time, Ascension, and from Stoneblade Games. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm very excited.
So Ascension's kind of fascinating to me because there are so many games that come out. They come and they go. But Ascension has stuck around through many different versions. The continual sets coming out, a very, very popular online app for it. What do you think keeps that going?
Well, it's a couple of different factors. This is actually Ascension's 10-year anniversary right now as we're talking. The first copy was sold at Gen Con of 2010. And we've had, over 15 complete standalone expansions as well as collector's editions and promo packs and all kinds of stuff. And, what I think keeps it going is, one, we're lucky to have a great, fan base who is just enthusiastic about it, and they're able to play and connect through a variety of ways. As you mentioned, the app is a big part of it. You can download it for free on iOS or Android, or you can get it on Steam, and it lets people play no matter where they are. You can play in 5 minutes, and so it lets people stay connected. And the other thing is, we always try to keep things interesting and innovate. With each one of the new expansions, we try to bring something new to the table. I work very hard to manage it so it never gets so complex that new players can't come in, but I want to keep it interesting and innovative for new players. So whether we did it with our Skulls and Sails pirate expansion last time, where we added, spatial relations and pirate ships moving around the board and a Kraken, or if we add, new Dreamscape with cards that are available outside of the game that now change the resources up and are required to do new things. Every component that we do every year is to try to keep things fresh, keep people excited, and stay relevant. Even though we were one of the first deck building games to ever come out, we want to make sure that we're always innovating and providing new and exciting things for players.
I also found it fascinating that this was one of the first deck building games, and when you jumped into this genre, what had been your background before this?
Yeah, so I originally started out as a professional Magic the Gathering player. I won the U.S. National Championships back in 1997, dating myself a little bit, and that's kind of how I paid my way through college was playing Magic, and so it was a really fun way to kind of get to obviously make a living for that time. But it also taught me a ton about games, right? To be able to play at that competitive level, you have to be able to sort of break games apart into their constituent components and figure out how to rebuild them back together. And it was a lot of that experience, the things I loved about not only playing Magic, but the drafting and being able to build cards and build your decks on the fly that ended up becoming the inspiration for Ascension, right? The difference between Ascension and Dominion, which was the only deck building game that came out when I first started working on it, was that, in Dominion you have this preset of cards that are all available at the beginning of the game. And it sort of feels like a constructed game of, TCGs. And be able to take that experience and put it in a box is amazing. And Ascension was the first one to have a changing center row of cards, that every time you pulled one card out of the 6 that were available, a new one would come up. And that was really representing that drafting element, that element of like, I only have a small subset of cards and my decisions have to vary based on what cards are available at any given time, which makes the game a lot faster and more, variety from game to game. So that was kind of my background that brought me into it. And, in between, I worked on a bunch of different designs, like the World of Warcraft miniatures game and the Versus System trading card game. And so I'd done a lot of designs for other companies and worked with other brands before, taking my hand with Ascension.
I guess I never thought about it much that way, that you actually are the one who, that whole shuffle, that sliding row of cards to buy, which is now pretty much a mainstay of many deck building games.
Yeah, it's one of these things that really, like, when we first came out with it, it was very innovative, and now it's become a sort of building block. And it's actually one of the things I'm excited to talk about is now, you just releasing a deck building game today, they get lost in the shuffle. I mean, there's,
right.
Pun not intended, but, there's a ton of these things that are out there, and you have to do something now that takes that building block and builds something that's unique and different, and says that the deck building genre is a piece of larger puzzles. And that's what I get excited about nowadays.
So we have this new game coming out now, going to Kickstarter, Ascension Tactics. What's the difference here? This sounds like it's more than just another expansion in the series.
Correct. So for our 10th anniversary, we wanted to do what was sort of the most ambitious thing yet, which is make an entirely new game that's built, as I said, on the building block of Ascension. So if you imagine the combination of an Ascension deck building game with a tactical miniatures game, that is really what Ascension Tactics is. So you will not only, draft, sort of build your deck as you go, but you also can either you can draft miniatures for use during the game, and then you use the cards from your hand to both power and command those miniatures, as well as upgrade them, and you can attach constructs to them and give them boosts and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's a real, a pure hybrid of those two genres. And it does a lot of really interesting things that make, kind of take the best of both worlds and bring them together.
So this is a whole new game. Is there any compatibility between the games?
It is not compatible with previous Ascensions, but anybody that's familiar with Ascension will be very familiar with this. So you'll see the same 6-card starting center row. You have the same starting center deck, or same starting decks. There's still Mystics and Heavy Infantries and Cultists. But after that, things start to change. So you use runes to acquire cards from the center row, but instead you'll use power to command your miniatures. Instead of killing monsters like in old Ascension, where you'll use kill monsters and get honor, every miniature has a certain command cost in power that allows you to activate that miniature. And then when you activate it, you can move it and attack with it. And so that lets us balance the miniatures. So even when you're, you can have a team of all giant monsters if you want, but you're going to need a lot of power to command them and get them to move around the board. Or you could try to be more stealthy and have cheaper to command miniatures, but you may need to get some boosts or run around the other big guys. And so that balance of building your deck to either, try to get a lot of cards from the center with a lot of runes, or to command your miniatures miniatures and upgrade your miniatures with constructs, that becomes a lot of the strategy and the core of the game. And we've layered underneath that, each miniature can not only be done in a basic scenario, which is kind of you're trying to control victory point locations throughout the board, but we also have an entire scenario book with tons of different ways to play, mobile terrain. There's 3-player modes, 4-player modes. We actually have what we call the boss deck, which is a sort of AI opponent that you can play either as a solo mode or cooperative with a couple of other players, and all kinds of different ways to play. So we really just tried to do everything we could to make this like a great, really repetitive, really replayable experience. And then the one other connection to Ascension, of course, is it's all of your favorite Ascension characters, right? We've gotten to turn our Aha Templar into a 3D figure. The Cultist is a crazy looking sculpt. And so anybody that's loved Ascension over the years
need to be able to smack him down multiple times.
That's correct. And he's hilarious. Even more hilarious in 3D than he was in 2D.
Well, let me ask you this. I've always been curious. Where did all this come from?
Yeah, so, there's a couple of different things that brought this to life. As I mentioned before, we're always trying to innovate with Ascension. We're always trying to find new things that, kind of bring, elevate the genre and give you something new. And we knew that for the 10th anniversary, we would do something really, really special. So we spent a lot of time, this is over 2 years ago now, we were kind of planning for this. What could we do that would be the most exciting? And I have always loved miniatures games. I know my background is primarily, card games and trading card games, but I grew up playing, Warhammer 40K and HeroClix and, HeroScape and all kinds of stuff like that. And then before I started my company, I designed the World of Warcraft miniatures game. And I actually became not only the designer, but the product manager and brand manager. And so I'd gone through the whole process of making minis before. And so that was kind of what got me to start a company. It was like, all right, well, if I can do all this, I'll give it a shot. So I loved that game. I mean, that game had a really innovative timing system where each miniature would pay ticks to move based on the power level of its action, and then the number of ticks would tell you how long it takes before they get to go again. And I was originally just thinking of bringing that back as a system, but working with the team, we found something that I think was way better, which was this merge of like a pure kind of deck building game to miniatures game hybrid, which is where we sort of ended up to help make the game more variable. We've removed dice from the equation entirely. I mean, I love dice games, don't get me wrong, but being able to have something where you control your fate with the cards that you have, where the strategy comes in and the variance comes in up front, and then you can decide and make your plays that way, is really exciting. And so it came down from just something that we were just so enthusiastic about. I mean, the amount of work it took, you could probably tell just from the description, the amount of work that it took to build this thing is like many orders of magnitude greater than what it takes to build a normal Ascension set. I've been building Ascension sets so long, I can do it, I can almost do it in my sleep. Building this took 2 years of effort and, getting back up and ramping up the ability to sculpt and huge amounts of costs and huge amounts of testing. And we've been expanding our testing network to tons of fans around the world. We had to go through the COVID process. And so we had to put everything into Tabletop Simulator and test virtually. Tons and tons of work. But it's something I'm super passionate about. It's like super exciting, super fun. And to be able to bring that to life as a way to honor the 10 years that we put into this, as a way to give something to fans, and as a way to evolve something new, right? Again, Ascension was brought a new thing to the table 10 years ago. Now it's a commonplace. And now we want to bring something new to the table again, which is to say, take the best of deck building and add it to another genre. And that's something I'm really excited about, and I can't wait for more people to get to see it.
I'm pretty interested. I have not, you're right, I don't think I've seen a deck building miniature style game. How long did you say a game will last?
Typical game is going to last an hour or less, 45 minutes to an hour. Obviously, if you're playing a 4-player game or you're playing through the campaign where you're going to have multiple scenarios, it can take a lot longer. But we try to keep most games on average under an hour.
All righty. Well, folks, that's Ascension Tactics. We'll have more information, a link in the description here below where you can find out more about the game. I wish you great success with it. I'm very interested to seeing it myself. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thanks a lot, Tom. You've always been a big supporter of us. We would not be here without you and everybody else out there, so it means a lot to me. Good to be here.
Hi, I'm Ambie, and today I'm going to go over some tips and tricks on how to win at one of my favorite games. This game is a very serious game of tactics and dexterity called Strike. Now, if you don't know how to play, that's okay. I'll go over that now. So you're going to have this arena with a die in it to start, and every player is going to get a certain number of dice depending on how many players are in the game. The goal of the game is to be the last one standing. So if you lose all of your dice, then you lose the game. On your turn, you will take a die and roll it into the arena. After you've rolled one die, you can either choose to stop or continue going. If you choose to continue going, then you roll another die and you keep going and going until you decide to stop or your turn ends. When you roll a die into the arena, you can hit the other dice. If an X ever shows up on the die, then you remove that from the game. If 2 or more dice are the same number, then you get to take those and you get to keep those dice for yourself. Also, then your turn ends and it's the next player's turn. At the beginning of your turn, if the arena is completely empty, then you must roll all of your dice instead of just rolling one die at a time. Then you take back any matching dice you have and your turn is over. In this case, there are no matching dice, so I would actually be out of the game. When your turn ends, either by you running out of dice to roll or by you passing, then play continues on to the next player, and play continues around until there's only one player left with dice. So, as you can see, Strike is a game of incredible skill, so I'll go over some of the things you can do to help you win. Firstly, when it's your turn, there's the important decision of whether or not you should hit the die or dice that are in the arena already. If there's only one die in the arena, then you should try to roll your die without hitting that die, because then there's less chance of getting an X on a die. If you hit that die when you rolled it, then both dice would be rolling and the probability of getting an X would increase, since both dice could get an X. As you can see, in addition to being a serious game of tactics and dexterity, Strike is also an intense game of mathematics and probabilities. If there are 2 or more dice in the arena when you're rolling, then you want to hit the dice so that the probabilities of rolling pairs increases. Now let's get on to the dexterity skills of how you can roll your dice to roll pairs or more to win. If there's only one die in the arena, then that's easy. You just take your die and roll the same number that's showing to get a pair. For example, if there's a 4 here, then I take my die and I roll a 4. Now I have a pair, and since the arena is empty, the next player will have to roll all of their dice in. This helps knock players out. When there are multiple dice in the arena, then it's good to hit one of the dice so that it matches up with the other dice that are already showing. For example, you can see this side of the 3 has the 6, so I will hit that side to make the 3 turn into a 6, and I get that pair. Ideally, you want to have the die that you roll also match with that pair so that you can take all 3 dice out and leave an empty space for the next player. Another important decision to make in the game is whether or not to keep on rolling when you haven't been making pairs and you're losing all of your dice. A lot of people get scared and decide to stop rolling, but then they leave a bunch of dice for the next player, and then it's easy for that player to make a pair. This is basically giving the next player 1 or more of your dice, since they only have to roll 1 die to make it match up, and then they get all of those back into their pool. So you should keep rolling so that you can get your dice back, and you'll have a bigger pool. Another reason you don't want to stop when you have a small pool of dice is when it comes back around to your turn, if the player before you is playing with these tips and tricks that I'm telling you, then they will leave you with an empty bowl and you'll have to roll all of your dice in. If you only have a couple of dice when that happens, then it's a lot harder to get pairs and you'll get knocked out. So basically, you always want to keep going. Don't let other people get your dice for free, and you'll have a higher chance of getting doubles or more when it's your turn and you already have a bunch of dice in there than when it comes back around to your turn and there's probably going to be fewer dice in the arena. Another thing is that you get to choose how you roll the dice into the arena. This might come down to personal preference, but when there's only 1 die in the arena and you're trying to roll a specific number, I like holding it so the number is face up and then rolling it along this axis so that even if I don't get a pair, then the X is less likely to show up. But I get pairs all the time anyway. This makes the 6 the hardest to roll since it's opposite the X. So whatever axis you roll on to try to get a 6, the X can show up. But I'm sure with enough practice, you'll be able to roll any number you want. And then if you follow all my other tips in this video, then you'll be unbeatable at Strike. On your turn, you're going to throw 1 die into the arena, and you do this 1 at a time. If you get pairs like that, on your turn, you're going to take one of your dice and roll it into the arena. I'm really good at this. I don't want to... Okay. When you roll a die into the arena, you can hit the other dice. Then you should try to roll your die without hitting that die. This 3 to turn into a 6. Didn't work. To the 6. That didn't work. I like holding the number face up and then rolling it along this axis so that even if I don't get a pair, the X is less likely to... Whoops. Just like that.
You answered the letter. Now, like me, you are a part of this place.
All right, folks. Well, here's one of the cool things about doing this live is we get to build sometimes while you're watching. So you can see here, and I'm going to be adding and editing on the flippity flip here. But while we're doing this, you can see that Z Garcia is with us, but he's not the only one. So is Mr. Roy Canaday.
What's up?
And we're also going to be switching mics here, and let's see how that works. Is my mic even on? It is.
Mine is.
All right, let's check sound levels here. For those of you folks watching, how do we sound? Just checking with everybody here.
Testing 1, 2, 3 on my end.
Testing.
I
1,
know
2,
what
3.
it's like to lose.
Good,
to-
because you'll get used to it.
Check your mics to balance the sounds of the universe.
All right. I don't even know what to say at this point. Yes, that is absolutely correct here. And we are going to be playing here Infinity Gauntlet Love Letter. But I know everybody is been waiting for a contest. So here's a contest, and it's a doozy one. Just a doozy. Shut up. All right, so to enter this contest, all you need to do is email us at contest@dicetower.com, and in the subject line, put the word SNAP, S-N-A-P. No, don't do it! I'm out.
Oh,
This would
Roy,
be-
I'm sorry I dusted you.
Oh, that's right, I'm fine.
I don't have the Infinity Stones yet. You're okay.
And we're going to pick 5 random winners here to win a copy of Infinity Gauntlet from Z-Man Games.
Sweet.
So that game, we'll announce the winners on our website tomorrow morning, so you'll be able to go and look and see who won those. And this is for North America only, so keep that in mind. Just email us at contest@dicetower.com and put SNAP as your subject line. Alrighty, so we're going to be talking about how to play this. Now, this is a unique situation. All right. Z is going to be playing Thanos in this game, which is a love letter game. It's based on love letter, but it's different. Z is playing Thanos. We have 2 copies of the game here. Roy and I will be sharing a single deck here. We are the Avengers. And Z is, we didn't make a Thanos shirt because we don't promote evil here.
Unlike Z Garcia.
Dear Stark, I've missed you ever since that day. You know, the one I stabbed you through the heart. Oh, that
I thought
heart.
they were talking like, it sounded
Dear
like you were
love-
talking about being on a date. Like, oh, remember that day? Yeah.
So
it's
writing love
letter.
letters to Thanos.
It's love letter. I'm trying to be sweet to Stark.
So the way we're playing this game is there are 3 ways the game can end. So we each have a card here. Z has one too, which shows you the how much life everyone has. So the heroes have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 life. We lose all our life, we die, or 6 life, I guess. Thanos has 4 life because it's a 2-player game. On the other side of this card is setup. This is convenient. So it says choose 1 player to be Thanos.
Done.
Okay. The others are hero players. Give each player a reference card. That's done. Each of us has a reference card showing you all the cards the heroes have and all the cards Thanos has. That way, you usually are just wanting to know what cards your enemy has. Then we're going to shuffle the 16 hero cards to create a hero deck. Easy enough. And me and Roy will each draw a card from this to be part of our starting hand. So just so you know, what's in this deck are cards from 1 to 6. 6 is the most powerful Avengers according to this game, which is Captain Marvel. I guess Iron Man is a 5. No, Scarlet Witch is a 5. And Vision's a 5.
Yeah,
And then you go all the way down
Spider-Man's
to
a 1.
Oh,
I
Iron
don't
Man's a
think
6
so.
also. Sorry, there's 2 6s. Then we got the 1s, Star-Lord and Spider-Man. So, anyhow, each of these cards also has a special ability, and we'll talk a little bit about that as we play the game. And then Z has a deck of 13 Thanos cards, and he'll draw 2 cards because he's cool. And then we set up the sliders, which we did. So, We also have these piles, these little counters here that are +2.
Yes, I snapped your tongue out of existence.
Oh, could you imagine that? Using the power
just your tongue.
Silence, fool.
Actually, in Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos' brother, Ergo, I think his name is, I forget his actual name, but he actually got rid of his mouth. So there was like a lot of panels because he just wouldn't shut up. So he shut him up that way.
Okay. Huh. Weird.
Yeah, that's Marvel trivia. Okay. So
Nicely done. Okay.
in this game, it's pretty simple. Thanos, or Z, if you want to call him that, will take the first turn, and he'll draw a card from his deck. So he'll go from 2 cards to 3 cards, and then he'll play one of those cards. And then the card stays face up in front of you, and the card that you don't play stays in your hand. Now, as the game goes by, we're going to know which cards are where, because there's only, again, a certain number of cards in the deck, and it tells you how many there are. So in our deck, there are 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s, 2 5s, and 2 6s. So if Z sees 2 6s come out, he knows that's all the 6s there are. Z has 2 1s, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 7 because he's Thanos. However, he also has 6 other cards, numbered 1 through 6, that are Infinity Stones. If Z ever gets all 6 of those into play, he wins the game. And if he has
and they don't have to
4 of them in play and the other 2 in his hand, he can reveal his hand, and boom, he wins also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you have to snap at that point.
Oh, I'm going to be snapping a lot.
Snap your fingers, I don't need you to snap. That's pretty much the basic rules of the game. We're going to talk about how things happen as we play the cards. So it just each card is a little different. This is not a complex game. It is a slightly more complex than normal because we are playing this remotely, but that just means Z. So we're going to see who wins this. So we all draw 1 card except Z draws 2, and he already drew his 2 cards. All right, Z. What you doing first?
That's me. So I draw a new one, bring my hand up to 3, and then I play one of these 3.
That's correct.
Very well. I'm going to play Corvus Glaive, one of my number 2s. Says, choose an opponent. If they are holding a 3 or lower, defeat their card.
Who are you choosing?
Give up the stone. I am going to pick you, Mr. Vassal, because I expect your card to be garbage.
I'm fine. I am not holding a 3 or lower. So that was a big waste of time. I hope you don't mind wasting your time. All right, so now it goes to me. But see, okay, so again, I'm talking through this with the audience here. Now he knows I have a 4 or higher card in my hand.
And you can wreck him with it.
Hopefully. Ooh, I'm going to play this card, Star-Lord, my number 1. This says, guess a number, defeat 1 card of that number in Thanos' hand. If I defeat a card, the card is lost. Z will get a new card, but he will also lose 1 health on the tracker.
Oh, nice.
All right, so what number was Corvus Glaive?
2.
All right, so I'm not going to guess 2. Just because of laws of average. Roy, what do you think I should guess here?
I mean, honestly, one of the higher ones, just in case the chance you can get out of his hands.
Oh, that's true. There's only 1 7, though. Do you think he drew that in his first hand? It would feel good, though. Let's do it. 7.
You're going for the 1. You think I have the 1 7 in my hand already?
Yes.
I do.
Yes!
All right, so
it does say.
That's good for us. That's really good.
So I'm supposed to redraw. I'm defeated by 1, so this drops by 1 for me.
That's correct.
It does say I redraw back to 2 like I always would have, and this card happens to say it's Thanos, cannot be played. If defeated, shuffle into your deck after redrawing. So this one goes back in.
Yeah, because Thanos is not really defeated. We just knocked him down briefly, and he's going to stand back up.
But he doesn't have the highest card
a drop
in the
of
game
blood
in his hand. So that's good.
All right, so now Roy, that was my turn. Now it's Roy's turn. You can see that we're already having a great start to our game. Z guessed wrong. I guessed right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wow. I don't like my odds here.
Never tell me the odds. Oh, wait.
gonna
Wrong
see
franchise.
Well, obviously,
George Lucas comes in.
I'm wearing this, so I'm going to be playing the Captain America card.
What's the number? What's the number?
This is, it says you may fight Thanos.
I
So that means I have to use this card
Give me the numbers
to compare against you.
so I can pull it.
3.
3. Okay, got it. All right.
So now you're going to fight. So the way fighting works here, the loser is going to lose health here. So if the hero is the person who starts the fight, they're going to use the card that's in their hand already, and we're going to fight a random card in Thanos' hand. If Thanos starts the fight, he picks the card in his hand,
Right.
and then fights whatever card we have in our hand. So,
All right, here we go. Roy, so that's the one you're playing. The other card is the one you're holding.
and I'm not going to look
shuffling
here
these
because
two.
I'm not allowed to see either one of these cards. They would secretly exchange cards. You all will see the cards, but I'm going to close my eyes so I don't see them.
All right, so Roy, I got my 2 cards I'm shuffling. This one's near you. This one's far. What do you want?
I'm going to do the near one. Okay.
All right, so now both of you reveal cards to each other.
Roy,
the
you
higher
have
card wins.
defeated me. You have defeated me, Roy. This was the Mind Stone value 1. Tom, you can look now.
Did Roy hide his, right? Okay.
Yes.
And it says, if defeated, I do shuffle this back in, but I am defeated, so I drop another point. Thanos is not bringing it. I think it's his first foray into galactic conquest.
You should not underestimate the Avengers. Come on.
Please, okay? The human mammals are weaklings.
All right, the good news for you, Z, is it's back to your turn now.
It's felt like hours.
Also, realize that now Z knows that the card that's in Roy's hand.
He forgot. I know. Z doesn't have that great of a memory, so it'll be okay.
It's like a 12, I think.
Yes, it's a 12.
No, I am going to. I'm going to wreck you, Roy. I'm going to play the
How would you know?
Outrider here. One of these creatures that is descending upon Wakanda, and it's going to show up and be all like, "Wow. You're holding a 3. Wow." Like that. That's what it's going to do. So I choose an opponent, I guess a number. If they're holding it, I defeat their card. This Outrider is guessing you're holding a 3.
Yeah, but what
character is it? That's not what the card says.
Yeah, I'm holding a 3.
All right, so
That's right,
Roy has to lose the 3 and redraw, and we lose 1 life.
I didn't think my attack was going to win because I got stuck with 2 3s, so I was forced to fight him. So the fact that I actually won that was awesome.
I feel good about this.
Yeah. All right, I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna draw a card here.
Bring it. I'm holding.
I'm gonna fight Thanos again.
Are you
all
crazy?
Right, this time, Roy, you gotta cover your eyes. All right.
Okay, Tom. Let me shuffle these up again.
Maybe
same
I'll let you
deal.
pick, Z. No, I'm not gonna let you pick.
Near or far?
I'll pick near.
You're fighting that right there, which means you win. I would discard that. I would drop my life by 1. I would draw and then shuffle that back in.
Roy, you can come back in now.
I do know that your card is higher than the 3 because it's the card you started with.
My card?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I beat...
Math!
And we're talking through this, folks, but when you play this, it plays really quickly because you can just go back and forth pretty fast.
I'm assuming the only way you guys are defeating me is because you actually went ahead and went back in time to when I was baby Thanos. And you're punching me in my big blue chin.
All right. Well, obviously, I'm going to play Ant-Man and Wasp. And this allows me to choose a teammate, which would be Tom. And you can look at 1 card in Thanos' hand.
Alrighty, so I can look at 1 card in your hand, Z. Alrighty, Roy. You close your eyes?
I'm closing my eyes.
I'll do near again. Thank you.
All right, we're good.
Okay.
Now, just
That's my
for the
turn.
record, for those of us who played before and are experts, that's a better card for me to play first, because then you could fight, if possible, with that information. He could now play that card.
Oh, because we
and
get
I
to go
lose
back
that
to back.
information. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
That's fine.
You done?
we're done.
Time to
Because now he's going
nuke
to
it.
draw.
I'm done gently chiding Roy.
All right, let's see. Mr. Vassal, I'm going to go ahead and play this Soul Stone. It says choose an opponent if they're holding a 3 or higher, defeat their card. And I'm picking you. What do you mean, no? What's going on?
There goes Vision.
There
Oh,
you
well.
go. That's more like it. Give up the stone. She lives.
Nice.
How many Infinity Stones do you have in front of you? Just one, right?
One. Just
Yeah,
the
he ain't winning that
Soul
way.
Stone. I've got soul.
All right, I'm gonna draw.
Yeah, baby.
All right, I'm playing Spider-Man.
Traveling the galaxy.
Lets me guess a number in Z's hand, and I
Oh,
will defeat
snap.
that number. What are the 3 numbers in front of you there?
A 2, a 1, and a 2. Earth 2, 1, 2.
What do you
No,
say?
that's
Say
the wrong
7
one.
again.
I'm guessing he played the one that you looked at. Or no? Tom, this whole game is just a memory game. I made you
love
look at it.
I love this. He
Either
forgot.
A, he played it, or he didn't. Oh, well, Roy should play. Let me play that
love
card.
this so
And I'm going to
much,
be so
Tom.
distracted by that, I'm not going to pay
Oh,
attention
yeah.
at all.
I snapped your mind out of existence.
Rewind the video.
Yeah, can I? I'll be right back. I need to look at something on my phone.
That's
Alrighty.
great.
It was like last turn.
I know!
Tom, I'm still holding the card you looked at.
I don't remember it at all. 5.
Chat. I don't tell us, but
This is okay, check this out. This is actually what you looked at? I am holding a 5, though.
Yeah, we won! That's all that mattered.
You're the worst. Not only did you
said
look
5?
at a card, you then forgot
I'm not supposed to
that
see this
card
stuff.
and still guessed the
No, we
other
just
one.
won.
Oh, we won. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I showed you both, Roy. I'm not dense. Come on, my name is.
You would
Thanos
never forget a
Max
card that was showed to
Stuff.
you like seconds earlier.
Alrighty, that we have conquered Z Garcia.
Wow.
You know what? I don't like it. It's time to snap into action again. Let's do a best 2 out of 3. Filthy Avengers, you say?
That's fine. All right, shuffle your deck.
Like,
Try not to
Revengers.
draw poorly this time.
Let's do it. Do I
Yeah,
start with one
I
of
was
these
forced to
plus
play the
twos?
card to make you look
Because
at one
just
because that's
got
all I
whooped.
had.
No, that's fine. And again, what?
I start with one of these plus 2s because I just got whooped. No? Yes?
No.
I just want to make up a rule that benefits me somehow.
We didn't draw any of those the whole game.
We did not.
Someone
The
said that was
Leaf
amazing luck
Force.
right there. Not quite luck. My thinking was this, that there was still 2 5s in play, so the odds were decent that one of those would be in there. And yeah, it was
Shut
luck.
up, you got lucky.
Well, I mean, it's always a
I can't
game of
believe-
odds.
I can't
'cause-
believe I forgot about the 3. That's so
That's
stupid.
great. That's hilarious. All right.
Next time
here
I'm
we
going to
go,
drill
guys.
into your head if that happens.
Did you each draw your 1?
We have
Yes.
drawn our 1 cards. You're first, Thanos. Thanos demands your silence.
Here we go. I'm going to play the Reality Stone in front of me. It says, draw 2 cards, then place 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck. So draw 2 cards. I then place 2 cards on the bottom of my deck.
Randomly?
Shouldn't I have had... That seems weird. Am I a
No,
card
'cause-
short?
No.
No. You start with 2.
You start with 2. You drew 1. You played 1. Now you'll
Oh,
discard
no,
2
I
of the
did
4
not
cards from your
draw
hand.
1, I guess. I started with 2.
Oh, yeah. Then you are short.
Yeah, so
I
just
did
draw another
not
card.
draw- Yeah. And now I put 2 on the bottom. Okay, got it. I'm short by 1 card. I forgot to draw it, I guess.
I don't
I was
understand
too
why you're shuffling
excited.
the cards, though.
Why are you shuffling your
Wreck it.
cards?
Because I don't want you guys to know if I'm putting back in an old card or a new card.
Yeah, because that would change anything I did.
But they're all random.
No.
You're gonna keep the best cards.
Go ahead.
All right.
You know what this smells like? Victory.
All right, I am fighting Thanos with the Hulk. I'm starting off just like the movie. We have a Hulk.
There we go.
All right.
All right, Roy, you got to close your eyes here. Give me a choice. I'll take Nier again. All righty, Roy. We have taken our first hit. Captain America, number 3, was defeated by the card in Z's hand.
So you were in the same situation I was in last time.
I'm not saying I was in the same situation. Yes, I was. Because you know both the cards. All right, your turn.
Now I've been through combat before. You guys are in trouble.
Okay.
Oh, so you've learned.
Yeah. I have grown, Odin's son, in my absence.
I'm not Odin's son. Don't try to figure out what cards I have in my hand. That's where someone says, oh, he was talking to me.
Ugh, rough.
Whose go is it?
It's
So when
Roy's.
we attack, it's
Try it.
random for him, and
Try
we get
some
to
things.
pick which one. Okay. I'm going to fight you with Thor. Because it works so good for Tom.
All right, no problem. Hey, can you guys tell me which cards you've played already? What cards are in front of you?
There are 3 threes are out.
You know, normally in the game, you don't get to, like,
And what else?
save
That's
the
it?
memory. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, these.
Just 3
We
threes
played
are out?
Just 3 threes.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ro, you ready to fight?
Let's do this.
Near or far? That's all you got.
Oh. Near.
Oh. Bye.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't
twice
have a whole lot of
look,
choice.
guys.
Can I look?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
I got
look.
defeated.
What did we lose? We lost Scarlet Witch. That's good info.
Yeah.
Guys.
And I draw a card back, right?
Oh,
Yes.
you guys. That's it.
All right, so we are.
I'm throwing moons at you, bro. What are we doing now? Is it me?
Disrespectful. Yes.
Yes, it's me. All right. Well, you both have brand new cards. I know that I haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and play. I'm gonna play the Soul Stone. It says choose an opponent if they are holding a 3 or higher. Defeat their card. I am going to pick Roy this time. Roy, what do you got? If you're holding a 3, I don't have to see it. If you're holding a 3 or higher, you just say so.
I am.
You're
It's
out,
defeated.
baby. Defeat it. What is it?
It is the Doctor
Okay.
Strange.
What was the card you just played?
My Soul Stone is a 2.
Got it. I'm going to play Spider-Man. Does whatever a spider can. Says guess a number. Defeat one card that number in Thanos' hand. I think you should lose that 6 you have. That's right. I remembered this time. I don't.
Okay, so I draw back up,
So we've
and
hit
then that
him
one
once
gets.
to him hitting us 3 times.
that
Come
one
on,
gets
Roy.
reshuffled.
I
know.
need you to come on the rebound.
We should be tied right now on the little score tracker, right?
That is correct.
Put the 6 back in.
Rejoice,
5 and a
for
2.
you are nearing the end
Ugh.
of Thanos' deck of cards. Here we go, guys. Bring it. You have the privilege of being wrecked by Thanos.
I really need to.
What do you got?
What are you doing, Roy?
Well,
Hit him.
bring it.
Hit
Gonna
him!
play a card. I'm gonna do Nebula and try to guess a card in your hand.
All right, fine. And you just played Spider-Man, Tom, right?
I did.
All right, what do you got, Roy? Guess a card.
I'm going to go for the 7. Because if it's there, I don't want it in your hand.
Nope. I don't have it.
All right, that's not good. We gave the hammer back to him.
I know.
Here I go, guys. Let's see here. So you guys have played 2 1s, all 3s, 1 4. That right?
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay, I am going to play the Mind Stone. So many stones! I'm going to guess the number. If any opponents are holding that number, I defeat their cards. And I am going to say, guys, somebody's got to be holding a 2. That's a lot of 2s in the deck. So, if any opponents are holding that number, defeat their cards. So I defeat them all.
Nope, not me.
Not me
Roy?
either, man.
What?
Get
What?
good.
I forgot how to snap. All right, fine. Fine.
All right, I'm going to play Black Panther. It says, give yourself or a teammate a power token. I'm going to give it Roy a power token.
The power! Okay.
Roy's got a power
We'll draw a
token.
card.
Okay. Go ahead, Roy, bring it. Fight me.
So how do the power tokens work?
The next fight you're in, they add to your strength. You have to spend them.
So whether
you
he
have
attacks
+2.
me or attacks you.
No, it doesn't affect me because
It's
you
only
have
me.
it, not me.
And if he attacks me, it still goes off.
That's correct. And I think you can have you can only spend 1 per fight. So if you have multiples, you just save them. So even our best card 6s +2 can beat his best card. But if he also has a power token,
Then you can't touch this.
Man, this is rough.
nah.
Nah, you can't touch this.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a power token with Falcon.
Yeah!
Hey.
Spell powers activate!
Hey.
Wait, that's a different
What's up with this?
universe.
Okay. I guess it's back to Z. This is
Still kind of nerve-wracking.
I know.
Guys.
That card where he can call a number and it hits everyone's thing is a pretty big deal. And that's also one of the cards, folks, if you're watching, that balances the game for multiple players. So
Yeah.
let's say you're playing with 5 people, 4 against
It's
Thanos.
definitely going to happen, pretty much.
Then, yeah, you're going... Every time Thanos plays that card, he's going to make you lose a hit point.
All right, here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and... oh, boy. Hold on.
How many... He has 3 of the Infinity Stones in front of him, too, right?
Yes.
That's a big risk.
He has the 5, the 2, and the 1.
Dude, if you have a risk, you should do it. Because without a risk, there is no reward.
Nah. I'm going to play Corvus Glaive. Choose an opponent if they are holding a 3 or lower. Defeat their card. Tom, you got to be holding one of those 2s now, maybe even the 1. Come on, Tom. Give it up. Give up the stone. Yes.
Star-Lord just got squashed. We're down to 2 life, Roy.
Yeah, this
Bring
one's
it.
not been rolling our way. Come on, get a big swing.
Nope, I'm playing Gamora. It says choose a teammate to look at a card in Thanos' hand. I'm going to choose
I need the number, because I don't always take the
Roy.
right card.
She's a 2.
It's a 2. Okay.
All right, Roy's going to look at a card in your hand.
All right, Roy.
Ah, this stinks because all
You
of the
can look
guessing
at the
cards are out of the
backs
deck.
of both if you want.
I think they both have Thanos on them. Okay.
Both 7s, baby. Pick it.
The closer one. Okay.
You good?
Good.
All right, draw my card. I like this.
Come on. Tell me this helps you.
Come on, baby.
Tell me the information worked.
I know what it's like to lose. I did it just about 10 minutes ago. But now, you are going to be galaxy pwned.
Man.
Are you scared?
Yes. Okay.
As Black Panther says,
I don't like this. Okay, I'm gonna do this.
You gotta do it, baby. You have 2 cards. Play one of the 2.
I'm going to play Black Widow and allow you to look at the card. One of the cards.
Oh, fine. Thanks. All right. Z, show me a card in your hand. And Roy, Sierra Sue Eyes. Okay, go ahead.
You gotta pick one. I always do this thing.
All right, well, Roy hasn't closed his eyes yet.
I was closing my eyes.
All right, far. Got it.
All right.
Your turn, Z.
Bloop.
Super nervous.
Yeah. We got a bunch of hits to do.
Interesting.
What happens if we go through the whole deck?
Then we just shuffle it back together.
Gotcha.
Let me see here. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to play the Time Stone. It says copy the effect of another card in front of you. And I'm going to copy the effect of the Reality Stone. It says draw 2 cards, then place 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your 1, 2.
Ah,
is he gonna snap right here?
Not quite.
Oh, he got really close then.
Okay. Oh, guys. Woo! I could taste it almost. I was like, oh, so close. All right.
All right, we need to hit him here, Tom.
We do. Thanks. All right.
We got these powers.
Let us parlay.
I got some
Avengers,
bad news for
let
you.
us converse.
I'm going to look at the top. Hang on. I don't know if I can play this because there is not a deck there.
You
really?
Make one, right?
That's your thing?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the top 3 cards of the deck and put them back in any order.
That's a 5, right?
Yes. But, Z, doesn't matter. We're reshuffling.
Okay.
I'm just saying that all the numbers are back in play except for that 5.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, no problem.
So I'm going to look at the top 3 cards. Well, you know one of the 3 cards is the one that hadn't been played yet, I guess. Or, well, one of the 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Set me up, Vassal.
I'm setting you up on a date with Thanos.
Ew.
My turn.
Draw that card.
Bring it.
Let's see what Vassal gave me.
Play that card.
He put cards back in his hand, though. I'm going to guess one, though.
Do it.
What are you playing, Troy?
I'm going to
What are you
play
playing?
Spider-Man.
1, okay.
I'm going to guess you have a 3.
Yes, I do!
All right,
Why are you so mad?
Never mind.
And I replenish and I shuffle this back in.
We got one of the stones out of his hand.
I'm super confused now.
What?
Why didn't Z win last turn then?
I need 6 stones, not 5.
Don't you have 4 in front of you?
Yeah.
And then if you have 2 in your hand, you also win.
Yeah, I did not. Believe
so I
me,
guessed
did
the right
not.
card.
Huh.
Boom. Did you give him damage?
Yeah, sure. All right, go ahead, Z.
I think you're thinking of this one that already got played, Tom.
That must be what it was.
That's one of the 4 on the table.
Okay,
Right.
I saw the. Never mind. Okay.
You each saw one. I was at one point holding 2 stones, but one got played.
I guessed the one that I
That
saw.
brought me up
Well,
to
at least you
4
got it
on
out of
the
his
table.
hand, so I'm not worried that it's going to come up this turn.
Oh,
I
would
guessed
be
the one
quite
that
concerned.
I saw.
Here I go.
I knew he was keeping it in his hand.
Here we
So
go.
it's
You
good.
guys ready? It might
Yeah.
come up. I shuffled. Woo! Woo! Guys, I am. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm gonna play Proxima Midnight. That for me says I take a power token.
Cute.
See my hand? Not shaking at all.
What about if I shake my camera? Technically, I could. No.
Okay, right here.
What
We
have
hit
you
twice,
guys
we win the
played?
game.
What's out in front of you? A 5 and a 1? Is that right?
That's
Yes.
correct.
All right, bring it. This right here, this is a 7, and this one, the fabled 8 card.
By the way, in case we haven't made this clear, folks, me and Roy are not allowed to communicate about cards we've seen, or I can't go.
Right.
You know, Roy, the way you play cards will communicate things, but you can't do that.
It's just like love letter.
I'm gonna choose a teammate to look at a card in Thanos' hand. I'm gonna pick once again Roy.
You guys love peeking on my stuff, man, my plans.
We're little creepers.
You are creepers. Always looking in Thanos' window.
All right, close. Okay.
All right.
My turn. Draw a card.
Draw a card, do some
All right,
things.
Roy, what you gonna do? You're not happy, I see.
You should be terrified of the prospect of wreckage. Imminent wreckage.
I'm going to play Black Widow
Okay.
and have Tom look at a card in your hand.
I love it.
I know.
I love it. You guys are like a couple on a date and you don't know where to go for dinner.
We have so much knowledge and so little use for it. All right, Z. Show me a card here. Near. Got it. Thank you. Your turn.
Okay, my
Your turn,
turn.
Garfield.
It is.
Draw a card,
Here it is.
and I will play the Power Stone.
Oh, okay.
Out in front of me, it says take 3 power tokens.
Ah.
Does that mean we basically just lose the next attack?
No, he can only use
Next
one.
4
but
fights.
For his next four fights, he has 2 power.
All right, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, I have 5 power stones on the table. The glove is nearly complete.
I can't keep doing this garbage, but I have to. I'm playing Gamora. Roy, look at another card.
Why?
in his hand. Because he played the card I saw.
He played the card I saw.
Yeah, no duh, guys. You both saw it, so I was playing it.
All right, near. All right.
All
Can I
right,
look?
now Roy, you play a card to let Tom look at one of my cards.
I think they're all out on the
I think
table.
we played all those cards.
There's another 2, right? Oh,
Okay.
it's not 2s. It's Wait, what did
The
you
time's
just
come.
play, Tom? What's in the play pile?
1-1, the Spider-Man, 3 2s, and a 5.
Okay, 1, 1, 2, 2, 5. Okay.
No, 3 2s.
I call on the God
Okay,
of Asgard.
1, 1, 2, 2, 2, and a 5.
Yes.
I'm playing Thor. I'm fighting you.
Okay.
Fight. Let's go.
You both have to spend your tokens, which kind of neutralizes each other.
Yeah, so we're
Boom.
both at +2. Okay, fine. No biggie.
All right. Fight. I'll cheer blindly.
All right. Near.
Yeah. All right, I got destroyed on that one, so I just discard the card, and I lose 1
Woo.
there.
We got him down to 1 hit point. We can beat him.
You have me down to 2. Well, yes, I guess I have to lose twice more.
Not by our math. We have to hit you once.
I thought we were tied. We're not tied right now?
No.
No.
Could be
have
lower
one
by
more hit.
1? Okay.
You're on the
So
ropes,
you-
man.
So like this?
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
The problem is
Is
I
it
know
me?
what the problem is.
What's
Yes.
the problem?
everything's stacked against us.
Why? What do you mean?
You know what cards in my hand. You have all but 1 Infinity Stone.
Look, check this out. You want to see this? This is glorious right here. Side!
All right, do it.
Francis! Vanish,
Oh,
fools!
I never liked Roy, so I'm
Vanish!
okay. I'm okay with this half of us out thing.
Guys, you just got snapped into oblivion.
We should have made some like dust
Snap
effects.
you over to an Olive Garden. Bam!
Oh,
All right.
infinite soup and salads.
Z
Let's do
said,
this.
Snap this to an Olive Garden. Z said best out of 3. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Man, we had a rough like first of that game.
Yeah, well, that's the
The
thing.
problem is
though.
like the order the cards came up, there wasn't really a whole lot of choices.
I really feel I played this game quite a few times now, and I really feel like it's balanced though.
Oh,
And
for sure. Yeah.
And it works.
He couldn't kill us as fast as he wanted to.
And it scales really well.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
This is a big departure from Love Letter. I don't think I'll play Love Letter after playing this one.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
All right.
And then it's got a good 2-player only mode also, where if I was playing against a single one of you, they just play twice in a row.
Okay. Are we still doing the same player order?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. Let's shake up the player order, Z. We're just gonna have Roy go before me. No big deal.
Okay, so
We're
it's
just gonna
Roy,
go the
then
other
you,
way.
then me. Or rather me, then Roy, then you. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I draw my 2, and then I draw a new one for this round, and I do my thing.
And he instant wins.
Let's do it. I'm going to play
5
Black
Thanos
Dwarf.
stones.
I may fight an opponent. It's going to be Roy. Roy, let's
Okay,
fight.
so when this is the first time Z's fought someone, so he picks the card from his hand. Whoa. And then Roy plays with his card.
Peace. Okay.
Who won?
I won, man. Come on, what kind of question is this?
Z1.
All right.
Yeah, the whole.
And you
the
lost
whole,
Captain America? Like the very first turn of the game? All right, you draw a card.
Oh.
Oh, you already drew it.
Well, the thing is, like, it's kind of interesting because when we fight him, he could have. It's hard for him to not keep high cards in his hand, or else he knows he's gonna lose combats. So, we'll see here. I draw a card. I'm going to play Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Sucker punch!
I'm done. Okay, go ahead.
And I'm gonna guess. I'm not quite sure what could be in your hand, but I'm going with the 7.
Bam! It's out.
Thanos himself. Get back in the deck.
Does that count as defeated? No. Oh yeah, defeat.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But take 1 hit for that. Okay. Fine.
My turn?
Fine. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hit him.
Does that get shuffled back in your deck?
Yes.
Oh, it does. Yeah. Nice. So it's like an Infinity Stone. It keeps coming back.
Oh, I kept my power
Love
token.
it.
I'll put that back.
I kept all 3 of mine. That's getting kept. Okay. Bring it.
I'm going to play Iron Man. It says you or a teammate may fight Thanos. It's going to be me. No, wait. Did you just fight him?
No, I guessed him.
Okay, I'll fight you. Roy, close your eyes. Near.
All right.
We
I
got
got
him again,
defeated.
Roy. Come
I don't know
on,
about-
Eileen.
Just get him on the ropes. That's all we gotta do, man.
Is it me?
It is you.
I am going to draw a card. I'm going to play Proxima Midnight. That says take 1 power token. And that's it.
Oh, that's easy enough. Come on, Roy. We got him. We got him. We got him.
Yeah, I haven't scratched. I did 1 little hit to you guys. I got to start doing some damage.
Yeah, I'll take an equal hit thing any old day, but we have 2 to your 1, which is even better.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I just, the thing is when I snap my fingers, it really drains me.
Yeah, folks who are watching, someone said there's a lot of close your eyes in this game. There's only close your eyes because we're playing it over the video. Otherwise, you just slide the cards back and forth and look at them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's not a thing in the game. It's
Okay.
only because we got to do this.
I'm gonna play Scarlet Witch and look at the top 3 cards of the hero deck and put them back in any order.
Okay, awesome.
Tell me what it is.
So I look at 3 and put them back in any order.
All right, and then Tom's about to draw the one you leave on top, obviously. So
Yeah.
make sure you give.
I like this is that kind of communication I like, where you can play a card as a form of communication.
Mm-hmm.
I have rearranged cards.
All right, cool. Tom, bring it.
Oh, you have he's a power token.
That's right, baby.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna fight Thanos again.
All right.
No, I changed my mind. I'm gonna let Roy fight Thanos.
All right.
No, it only says I can fight Thanos.
Does Roy
Never
have
mind.
a?
It's me. Sorry, Roy. It has to be me.
Do you have a power token, Tom?
I do not. So you're ahead by 2. What happens? I think Thanos wins ties. No. If it's tied, nothing happens. All right.
Okay, fine.
And we both keep our cards. All right, Z, go ahead. Far. Oh. All right. I'm dead. That was a poor move on my part.
All right, good. Next up is me, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna draw a card, and I'm going to play. I'm gonna play Corvus Glaive. I'm going to pick you, Tom. Choose an opponent. If they're holding a 3 or lower, I defeat their card.
Pass. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Draw a card.
Roy, what do you got?
I am going to play Black Panther and give Tom a token.
Woo!
Powered up.
So just to double check the discard pool for you guys, which again I wouldn't have to do if we're playing in person. It's 1, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
No, it's 4. There's 2 4s out.
He's
1, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
like
Z.
it.
We're fighting again. The Hulk demands it.
Okay, buddy. I'm okay with that. You really are.
I have a power token.
Oh, Snapple.
Far.
All right. Yep, I know. Okay, so you win. That means I draw a replacement, and then this one gets shuffled back in.
All right, one more hit is all we need. One more hit.
Stone, Roy.
That's awesome. Oh, so you got another
Alright.
stone out of his hand.
I did. I got the 5 stone out of his
I'm
hand.
not really going for stones this time. Clearly, it's just not happening. I'm just trying basically to time you guys out. And by that, I mean I'm eternal. You're not. You're humans. You're fleshy beasts. I'm waiting till you expire.
Oh. Just
Yeah.
snap me.
Fleshy beast.
Thanos could be like an angel of mercy. Like, I'd be like on my deathbed, like, oh, it's so painful. Just snap
I got
me
you.
out.
I got you. Bloop. I like it. Okay, I'm going to play the Space Stone. You may fight up to 2 different opponents. If defeated, shuffle into your deck. That's fine. Okay, so I'm fighting both of you.
All right. Is it 1 at a time? Let me look how that works.
I don't care. I'm about to wreck it, Ralph.
I know what card you're playing here. Hang on a second. Let me look at the... What's the card called?
Space Stone.
It's a 3, blue.
Yeah, you pick one and fight them, then you pick someone else and fight them. So you do one fight first. Who are you fighting first?
Oh, okay, fine. Tom, I'll do you first. You don't have a Power
right.
Stone, right?
I
Is
do
that,
not
do
have a
either
Power
one
Stone.
of you have a Power Stone?
No.
No. Okay,
right, close your
fine.
eyes,
So he's about to see it. You're out. Bye. And then Roy.
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah, that's right.
Thanos just walked in the room. Like, whoop.
Now you got cocky Thanos. All right, so is this looking right?
That's correct. 2 more hits from you. All right, Roy, come on. All we gotta do is 1 hit.
All we have to do is draw 1.
That's
Good,
correct.
guys. I gotta tell you, that felt real good. That was nice.
All right, what are you doing, Roy?
This is not good. I know this is dumb.
Yep.
But I don't have a choice. So I'm going to play Ant-Man and the Wasp. You get to look at a card.
I get to look at a card in Z's hand?
Yeah.
Yay. All right.
Look at the other one you don't know, just for no random reason.
Fine.
Hopefully you draw the 1. The deck's almost empty.
Close your eyes so I can look at this card.
Draw 1, I'm done, so.
Near. Thank you.
All right, go.
Are you serious, Vassal?
Roy! You may look at a card.
I love it. I love it.
Okay. Near.
Near?
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right, that's me.
Go ahead, Thanos.
I think we have this, right?
Yeah, I think.
Unless he can fight both of us.
I'm gonna play this. Ebony Maw says, draw 1 card, then place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of your deck.
Oh.
Interesting.
All right.
All right, Roy. Who cares?
What?
He's a bluffer. He's a liar.
But what does it matter? We still have... we can go twice.
I understand that, so do it.
All right, I'm playing Star-Lord, which allows me to guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go for the... that he's not bluffing.
Actually, wait a second.
Because then you'll get to guess.
You're correct. You're right.
So... I'm going to say... because the other card I saw was the...
Then say the other card you saw.
I didn't see...
No, I played it.
It's not... I think he got rid of both cards I saw. I'm going to say the 6.
I'm not holding a 6.
Oh, Roy.
Well, I'm trying to like give you the layup.
Yeah, only if it works. All right, 7.
I'm not holding the 7 either.
I mean, obviously got rid of the 7.
All right, we'll reshuffle, Z. It's your turn.
Yes!
Yeah, he buried that. But he's got so many cards on the table that there was a ton of different good options, you know.
I'm going to play the Soul Stone. Says choose an opponent. If they are holding a 3 or higher, defeat their card. These are really good odds that you guys are holding a 3 or higher. I'm going to say Roy.
Are you holding a 3 or higher?
Yes.
A 3 or a 6.
And Captain Marvel.
There we go. Blammo, baby.
Oh, and I draw a card.
Yes.
All right.
And you draw another. It's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
All right, we're both down to 1 life. This is it. Come on, Roy.
Why are you down to 1 life? Oh, it's him, right?
Zeke, can you pull your cards back a little bit?
Shuffle your deck.
Because I can see the cards.
The only card that you know that we don't have is a 6.
Well, yeah, technically, sure. The 6 is out.
6 is out.
Okay.
All right, Tom or Z, what cards have you already played? You played both
what have
3s.
I played? Well, I've only got the 2 Soul Stone, 3 Space Stone. Okay, those are the only 2 stones. Besides that, I've got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, 5. 1 of each.
Right.
That's not helpful at all.
And 7 is definitely on the bottom of his deck.
Sure. And I also don't think he has... Oh, wait. I don't know how much talking we're allowed to do here, so just go ahead.
That's fine.
Yeah, what's it like to cheat? I know what it's like to cheat. To
I'm going to play Spider-Man.
Try so hard to bend the rules.
All right, come on, Roy. Call something good.
I'm going to call the 5.
5.
A 5? You jerk!
Yes! That was 100% process of elimination.
I'm using
we like said
gauntlet,
everything.
And we're also doing West Side Story with the gauntlet.
What was your other card?
We just keep cutting the world in half each time.
What was your other card, Z?
The other card I was holding was the other Infinity. The other Infinity.
I was gonna tell you.
Yeah, I played like almost everything.
I had 4 of them at this point, but that was really cool. There were a couple of moments in that game that I thought were great. That's what I like about this version. Like fighting both of you, holding my 7, very satisfying.
Oh, for sure.
And then you all clearly knowing what I'm holding, seeing both my cards, but playing one and burying the other and completely masking my hand, very satisfying also.
That's one of the things I've always loved about these little games is the amount of stuff you can do with these games, and the little combos is pretty cool.
Yeah,
alrighty, folks,
great.
that's Marvel Infinity Gauntlet. Go back earlier in episodes to enter a contest to win a copy. We're going to be pausing here for a bit, and we're going to be jumping back in at 1 o'clock with a top 10 list starring Paula Deming and Crystal Pisano and me and Z. And we're talking about the best games from a decade ago, 2010. Alrighty. Well, until the next point, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Roy Candy.
And I'm Z Garcia. Thank you.
Have fun gaming. We'll see you soon.